Welcome to this Sports Showcase event on Harford TV. I'm Don Morrison. We are at Havre Grace High School. It's the Havre Grace Warriors hosting the Patterson Huskies. It is a Chesapeake Division girls basketball game. Mike Blizzard, this game is, for Patterson Mill especially, is key. They're chasing Edgewood, the Edgewood Rams, who are undefeated at this moment in the Chesapeake Division. Patterson Mill has 2 losses. They cannot afford a loss leading into the 2 games they're playing Edgewood in early February.
Correct, and they play those games, I think, within 3 or 4 days of each other, so it's almost like it's a playoff series for them, but they could eliminate themselves tonight if they don't come out with a win.
Yeah, and they lost to North Harford. We're talking about the Huskies. North Harford, a team that's in and out during the year, but certainly if you're Patterson Mill, you expect to win that game. So you can't be looking forward to Edgewood. You've got to concentrate on your business, and that is defeating Havre Grace at home, the Havre Grace Warriors home tonight.
Just ask the Baltimore Ravens, who overlooked the Raiders and the Browns, or they would have been hosting that game against Buffalo.
Well, it should be a good game tonight. Patterson Mill comes in almost at full strength. The Warriors, who were limited, only had 10 players to begin with. They've got 3 players out tonight, injured, not to play. So that means they're down to 7 or 8. That has to go 32 minutes up and down the floor. I know they like to play fast, but if you only got that number of players, what do you do?
Yeah, when I was researching this game and talking to coaches, I was expecting a fast-paced game, and I know that Patterson Mill likes to wear you down, and just by constant, almost like a boxer who wears you down with constant jabs and pressure, they try and do it on the offensive end. Havre Grace likes to do it well on the defensive end. But if you're only going 7 or 8 deep, that's going to be a tough pace to play for 32 minutes. So,
speaking of injuries or illness, the Patterson Mill head coach not going to be here tonight. Rich Wilhelm hit with that flu bug that seems to be going around. So Glenn Davis is subbing for Rich Wilhelm. Now, what does that mean if the girls are used to having, one head coach and all of a sudden the assistant coach takes over? Does that create a problem for Patterson Mill?
At this point of the season, it shouldn't. Yeah, it's a different voice, but Glenn's been around for a long time. And if he's listening or going to listen to this, I mean a really long time.
No, he's not that old. I asked him before the game, I said, are you the Glenn Davis that the Orioles traded for? He said, no, I'm the Glenn Davis that played for Army back in World War II.
Well, that's how old he is.
I don't think it's either one of those two.
No, Glenn was my assistant at Hartford Community College and at Aberdeen High School, and so he's been around. He's not concerned. He was a head coach at Hartford Community after I left, so this won't concern him.
Mike, if you're looking at 2 players, Riley Madsen for Patterson Mill, this young lady, a junior, advertised as a 6-footer, the forward, averaging 16.9 points per ball game. So if you're looking for one person that Havre Grace has to stop, it might be Riley Madsen.
Yeah, and she's a power player inside, and that's going to be tough for an undersized Havre Grace team, especially considering we were talking about 7 or 8 players. Well, you can't get in foul trouble. So I would expect her to have a big night tonight.
And turning the page, Bree Knox, the sophomore, the daughter of one of the coaches at Havre Grace. That's a young lady that Havre Grace is going to be looking to. She's averaging almost 15 points a game. She's going to have to come up big.
Yeah, and she's near a double-double average as well. Different type player. Although she's their tallest player, she still plays small forward, and she's more of a slasher, 3-point shooter. So look for her to take it to the basket, and maybe she can get somebody in foul trouble in Patterson Mill.
Heather Crawford, the AD here at Havre Grace, I want to thank her for her hospitality. She's making it very nice for us to be here, very comfortable. Doing the announcing tonight, we'll be announcing the Patterson Mill Huskies, the visiting team, coached by Glenn Davis, coming in with a record of 6-3, 6-2 in the Chesapeake Conference. They'll start Sophia Marchina at guard, the number 1, 5'7" freshman. Sophia Trin, number 2, a guard at 5'5". Abby Schertzer, number 4, guard at 5'7". Riley Madsen, the young lady we talked about, number 14. She'll start at a forward, a 6-footer. And Ava Ward, also a forward, and also listed as a 6-footer. That's the starting lineup for Patterson Mill that we'll be hearing here in just a moment. Huskies dressed in their teal uniforms, teal and black, and here they are being announced. You're seeing the Ava Ward, the forward, being announced. Ava Ward being announced, number 20. Sophia Trin, a junior, number 2.
Watch for her ball hawking defense. She's averaging nearly 4 steals a game.
She is tough. And that's Abby Schertzer, number 4, being introduced. And Sophia Marchina, the freshman, playing on varsity, starting for the varsity for the Patterson Huskies. Again, coached by Glenn Davis and Rich Wilhelm, the head coach, not here tonight, suffering with that flu bug. And now here comes Havre de Grace. They'll be introduced. Number 3 is Bailey Karstetter. She's a 5'7" point guard senior. Now Bree Knox, number 4, the young lady we mentioned, the sophomore, the coach's daughter. Savannah Lawrence, number 5, 5'5". 15 is Simone Samuel. She is listed at 5'10". And Mercy Corenting, the center, listed at 5'10", the number 23. Coached by Wes Jacobs, the record 7-8 coming in. As we mentioned, the Patterson Huskies coming in at 6-3. Now to honor our country, here is our national anthem. Kind of a damp and wet and nasty day outside, but it's really nice here in the Warrior Gym.
Yeah, it's a beautiful venue. First time I've been back to the school. This is where I cut my teeth. Coaching was my first job, but it was back at the old school. And very nice what they've done with this building.
Brad Spence, the principal, and as we mentioned, Heather Crawford, the AD, doing a great job here. The Warriors looking to, as Wes Jacobs said, trying to build back the program that Havre de Grace once had, starting from scratch because, it's a team that has a very few numbers. The JV game we saw earlier, not a lot of hope coming up from the JV, at least not team-wise. Yeah. So they've got to build it from within.
Student population of about 800, surrounded by water on 3 sides.
Yeah, 2 1A schools. They will meet each other probably in the playoffs at some point. Havre de Grace dressed in the white, taking the shot right away. That shot taken coming up short and incomplete was Savannah Lawrence with the shot. That's Trin with the ball. Gets it inside. Open, shot, good. That by number 4. By number 4. That's Abby Schertzer with the basket.
Great pass by Riley Matson. She is a good passer for a power player. Passes with her left and right.
That's Knox, number 4, the leader for Havre de Grace. Looks like they're playing a zone, Mike, to start with.
Yeah, 2-3. They're primarily a zone team. They'll switch to a 3-2. They'll play a little bit of man.
Long shot from the outside, looking for 3 long, is it? Number 5 is Savannah Lawrence. Rebound comes to Havre de Grace. 2-0 early, as you see. Knox spinning, shooting from the elbow, no good. That shot was by Simone Samuel. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go to Patterson Mill, leading by 2-0. Just underway here at Havre de Grace.
You can see Havre de Grace, who likes to press, limited numbers, and they're back in a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, we're talking to Wes Jacobs. He said we want to speed it up sometimes, but we can't do it throughout the game. They're playing a zone as well. Almost taken away, and it is taken away by Knox, driving for the basket, up and good. The interception in the basket. Well, you see her speed.
Nice left hand.
Trin from outside, looking for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound hit from behind, and the foul is going to be called. Looks like they'll call it on number 23. That's Mercy Cornenting. We'll send Ava Ward to the line, shooting 2. No, it is Riley Madsen. Sorry about that. The ponytail covered the number. They said, "Can you do that?" Madsen.
That was a good stroke.
It was. Madsen, who averages 16.9 points per ball game, 10.5 rebounds. Out of the 9 games they play, she has 7 double-doubles, Mike.
Yeah, she's an impact player.
And the Warriors down by a point. Knox open in the corner, drives the baseline, goes all the way under, gets it back out front.
She had a chance to take Madsen, maybe get a foul from her. That might have been worth more.
Samuel gets hit somewhere in the face area. Foul is going to be called against Patterson Hill. Remember, in girls basketball, it's 5 fouls. You shoot after the 5th foul, you shoot 2 shots. The old days, it was the 1-and-1, no longer. Trying to get the ball inbounds and knocking it out of bounds. Ball goes over to Patterson Mill. Referees tonight, Butch Hensel and Dr. Marvin Bright, the 2 officials doing the game. Trin.
One thing I like about Patterson Mill, very few dribbles.
Knocked out of bounds. Shot clock still at 15. Remember, a 30-second shot clock. Normally doesn't come into an issue, but once in a while. You have 15 seconds to put the ball at the basket. Trin. Over to Schertzer. Up, rolls around and goes in. Mike, who shot that one?
I believe that was Sophia Marpena.
We'll
That's the freshman.
We'll give the basket to Marchena. 5 minutes and a half left here in this first period. It is a 3-point lead. Knox driving, puts it up short. Boy, nice rebound by Madsen. Has it taken away? I think it went out of bounds, and it's go to Patterson Mill. Into the ball game, subbing for Havre de Grace, Sarah Weitzel. Sarah, one of the 3 available players off the bench. Sarah, junior, 5'8". First year playing on the varsity. Schertzer. Trin with the outside shot. Long, doesn't draw iron. Rebound made. That's Madsen. Madsen now has 3. Her team leading by 5. A little bit of a press. No 10-second rule to get it across the center court line.
Really, that press is designed just to take time off the shot clock.
Knox putting up the jumper. Partially blocked. Rebounded there by Trin. That's Marchena, excuse me, who got the rebound. Out of bounds, it's going to go over to Havre de Grace.
So you'll see, they really don't pressure the ball that much. They just want you to take a lot of time off that clock, bringing it up, so you only have a little bit of time to get your shot.
Carstetter, number 3, the point guard with the ball. Shot clock down to 20. Foul is going to be called. That's going to be on Madsen, I think.
Ava Ward.
Ava Ward, correct, yeah. Ava Ward with the foul.
That's
Kind of a foolish foul there. You don't want to do that way out at the center court line.
Not at all. They had them down to 16 seconds. They accomplished their goal.
But they've got a new shot clock now, do the Warriors. That zone packed in, making them shoot from the outside. Knox driving the baseline. Going to lose it out of bounds. Unforced error to go over to Patterson Mill. Huskies coming in with a 6-2 record in the county. They've lost to Falston and they lost to North Hartford. Fouled from behind. That'll be a 2-shot foul coming up.
In a 2-3 zone, you cannot let that ball get there to the foul line. Everything breaks down.
Riley Madsen, the 6-foot junior. 4.1 GPA, also plays volleyball and plays lacrosse. Member of the National Honor Society. Mike, it sounds like your line there. National Honor Society, 3-sport star.
Dishonor Society. Both of these teams, no GPA on Havre de Grace lower than 3.75.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so both squads are hitting the books.
Yeah, and playing, in some cases 2 and 3 sports. Havre de Grace gets the rebound on the missed free throw. Looking for a 3 from way out in front of the rim, no good. Rebound Havre de Grace. Another rebound by the Warriors. Battling for the ball with Simone Samuel, putting it up front, and the shot off the rim, no good. Havre de Grace gets it. Abby Scherzer unable to convert that breakaway. Knox. Carstetter looking for the 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Knox with the rebound. Out of bounds it goes. It'll stay with Havre de Grace. New shot clock. In the ball game for Patterson Mill.
Both teams getting a little bit smaller there.
It looks like number 3, that's Zoe Fallon coming in for Patterson Mill. For Havre de Grace, it's number 2, and that's Brielle Croxel. Open underneath, up and good.
Good heads up.
The breakaway.
Markenna.
Yeah, Markenna with that 2-point play. She's now got 4 points. Her team up by 8 and a timeout by Glenn Davis. Now, if you're Glenn Davis, what do you say to your team? What's happened so far?
Well, I mean, he's got to be happy 10-2, but he may try and put, the foot on the gas and come out in some sort of a press that's designed more to steal the ball.
And again, if you're Wes Jacobs or Havre de Grace, you're down by 8. You're halfway through or more than halfway through the first period. You have to be happy in some ways, but obviously you've got to score more.
Yeah, if you're going to beat a press, you've got to hit your outside shots, and so far none have fallen for Havre de Grace. And but that's what's going to get somebody to come out of that press, because I think they stand a better chance if they're playing against Patterson Mill man-to-man, because athletically it looks like they tend to have the better athletes.
Wes Jacobs, his first year as head coach here at Havre de Grace, he was an assistant a couple of years ago. Took Havre de Grace, that team, back in 2022. They went to their first region title back a couple of years ago. Lost to Fort Hill, I should say, in the state quarterfinals. He was at John Carroll last year as an assistant coach. We're talking about Wes Jacobs. They lost in the championship game at John Carroll last year. So he's used to winning, and that's exactly what he wants to do here at Havre de Grace.
Yeah. They look like they're well coached.
Building for the future, obviously, that's what he has to do. Driving all the way through, almost gets the one-hander to drop, and that was Lawrence. Knocks back to intercept the pass. Lawrence spinning, putting it up, and good! Lawrence, Savannah Lawrence with the basket and a chance for the 3-point play. Wow.
That was very impressive.
That was impressive. The old 180 move.
Got her eyes on the cup very quickly after the spin move.
Samantha, senior, 5'5", her 4th year playing on the varsity. This is her chance for the 3-point play. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to go to Havre de Grace.
Patterson Mill runs their fast break offense up the sidelines. So you'll see a quick kick out to either sideline and then straight up the sideline. And then they try and beat you. Don't let you set up on defense.
Croxel gets it in, looking for the 3. And Samuel, whoa!
Suddenly it's a 3-point game.
Simone Samuel looking for a 3 to try to match it. Boy, that's a nice rebound. Up and making the rebound was Quarantine. Missing. Rebound Trin. Up to Marchina. Into the middle. And the walk. Which Hensel says you got to put the ball on the floor before you can move. So all of a sudden, the Warriors have caught life, Mike.
Yep, chance to come down and tie.
10-7 the score. We have about 2 minutes left here in this first period. Looks like Patterson Mill has switched to the man-to-man now, huh?
Yeah.
Short, saving it in bounds. Great job by Havre de Grace to save that. Ends up in the hands of Patterson Mill, though. This is Fallon, number 3, who had it. Looking for the three. It's going to be good. That by Marchina. Wow, she's got 7 now here in this first period.
She may be a freshman, but she's played a lot of basketball. You can tell.
Averaging only
club and AAU.
Like she averages 6.6 points a game. She's got 7 in the first period. Back of the basket, no good. Long rebound, Knox driving, puts it up, won't fall. Rebound Patterson Mill moving the ball, Trin up and good. They are used to running the basketball. Now suddenly from a 3-point lead, it's an 8-point lead. Like that's what they can do to you with that speed. Looking for inside the 3, no good. Rebound comes off to Patterson Mill. Here's Trin. Schertzer, number 4. And now Trin back at the rim, no good. Schertzer tries for the rebound, and they tie it up. Havre Grace's Croxel.
4 passes on that possession in the half court without a dribble, and they get a wide open 3. That's what I like watching this team play.
Thinking about the 3, passes it up, Madsen. Now she will take the 3, and it's blocked, partially blocked. Havre Grace will take it. Lawrence has blocked herself. Two blocks, one on one end and one on the other. Second block by Marchina for Patterson Mill. Havre Grace player coming back in, Simone Samuel.
Smart move here. Take your best player out. Give her 30 seconds plus the timeout rest. Bring her back in at the start of the second quarter, I would imagine.
Taken away by Patterson Mill. Here come the Huskies. Let's see what the call is going to be. Is it going to be a foul? Yeah. Looked like that they might get a walk, but instead they got number 2 with the foul for Havre Grace. That's Brock Croxel. Shot clock is off. Don't have to shoot until late if they want to. Oh, almost taken away. Looking for the travel if we can get it. Well, you're right. They move the ball so well.
Yep.
Shot clock coming down, 7 seconds. Madsen turns, can't get it to fall. Still time, 2 seconds, up and good. Basket by number 3, that's Zoe Fallon right at the buzzer. That's a big one, puts them up by 10, the Patterson Mill Huskies at the end of the first period. Mike, what do you think?
I think that last basket was a killer. You can't give that up.
Now remember, they were down by 3 points. Now they're down by 10. That was within a 2-minute period of time.
Yeah, 7-0 run by Patterson Mill, and it's so hard to play defense.
You'll see the replay here. Notice that was with about 1 second left. That ball was moved around, as you said, Mike, so quickly they didn't dribble. And that's all coaching. Wes Jacobs has gotten them to understand that you can move the ball more quickly by passing than by dribbling.
Absolutely. They were stressing it in practice when I was watching yesterday. That's the first thing that I noticed is they don't put it on the floor that much. It is encouraging to watch teams play like this because these are fundamental things that make up a good basketball team when you can do things like that.
Mike, we had a chance to talk to Josh Klimmer, who is the assistant principal at Edgewood High School before the game. He has a daughter who plays for Patterson Mill. Being the AP at Edgewood, he understands what's happening there. He told me that 6 players went home today sick with the flu. They're playing Fallston tonight. You know, you don't want to say, does that mean Edgewood's going to lose their first conference game? But, you know, with that kind of flu bug hitting them, that could be a danger for them. Knox driving. Is blocked. Madsen with the block. Out of bounds it goes. Boy, Knox is so quick.
She is.
Unable to score just yet. She's been able to get to the basket, but hasn't been able to finish. What I'm getting at is if Edgewood plays Patterson Mill in a week or so, up and back it is, across that line.
I don't think the ball ever crossed.
Yeah.
I didn't know that all 3 points crossed.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Dr. Bright says, I think she was up in the forward court and then went back. So the ball goes to Havre Grace.
I thought her body did. I thought her body crossed, but the ball was still in the backcourt, and all 3 points have to cross half court.
They're saying offensive foul against Havre Grace, and so that will put the ball back in the hands of Patterson Mill.
I think there was a moving screen on Knox.
7 points for Sophia Marchina in that first period, leading all scorers. Madsen tries to get it inside. Rebound comes off to Havre Grace, taken by number 2, Brielle Croxel. Croxel is turning that ball over. Dr. Marvin Bright says you can't do that. You could see how she was cupping the ball, Mike, and then putting it down.
This is not the NBA.
No. Where you can do that and everybody likes you doing it. Zoe Vallon gets the ball into Trin, Sophia Trin. It's Fallon. Loses the ball, taken away by Knox. Here comes Havre Grace, looking to cut into that 10-point lead. Inside it goes. Looking for the three. Good. Long three by Savannah Lawrence. That's her second three of the night.
Yeah, she has
She's got 8.
Yeah.
Now leading all scorers. The Warriors have 10. Savannah Lawrence has 8 of them. Madsen. Havre Grace in the zone. Nice give and go. Fallon can't make it. Madsen tries to convert it. Gets her own rebound. Calder's going to be traveling. Unable to maintain her balance. Went down, and when you go down, the feet come up and you end up traveling.
Yeah, I told you that you would have Lawrence with 8 points just in the beginning of the second quarter. You would think Havre Grace be right in this game, but Knox coming up with 0 so far.
Carstetter back in the game for Havre Grace. Has the ball. Inside. Recovery made. Battling for the ball, taken away by Marchina. Great pass ahead. And out of bounds it goes.
Just great court vision, especially for a freshman, but for any player, that was good court vision.
Huskies with the ball. Boy, great ball movement. Trin looking for the three off the back of the rim. Madsen, great rebound. She's going to be fouled. Boy, this Riley Madsen, we're talking about a power player. She certainly is that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised because she's played all 10 minutes of this game. She hasn't come out.
4.1 GPA, volleyball player, lacrosse player. Loses it, taken away by Havre Grace. That's Lawrence with the ball, number 5. Trin committing the foul. Remember, it's 5 fouls in a period. After the 5th foul, you shoot 2. Not in danger of that just yet, either team.
No, they seem to be letting him play.
Carstetter to trigger it in. Running one-hander, won't fall. Rebound comes off to Marchina. Again, you talked about her court vision. Trin, oh, nice block by Havre Grace. Good job by Croxel coming down and blocking the ball. Really impressed with Marchina, this young freshman.
Absolutely.
Great court vision.
We'll have her for 3 more years.
Yeah. There's Knox. Looks ahead. Maybe he got away with a travel.
Maybe.
And gets the basket. That's Lawrence.
It's 10 for her.
Lawrence has 10. 5 in each period. Trin driving. Gets rid of it. Marchina floating one-hander. Out of bounds it goes. Boy, Havre Grace now has cut into that 10-point lead. They're down to a 5-point lead now for the Huskies. 5:26, as you see, left here in the half.
I think now we're going to see Madsen get a rest. Looks like Ava Ward's coming into the game.
Looking for 3, partially blocked. Madsen with the rebound. Scherzer, Madsen, up, no good. Rebound, that's Knox. She is so quick, is Knox.
Definitely for that size player.
Looking for 3 and making it is Savannah Lawrence. She's
13.
now got 13 over team's 15. Back within 2 are the Warriors.
And Lawrence is within 4.
looking for three. Back of the rim, no good. That's Knox with the rebound. Here come the Warriors, a chance to tie or go ahead. Knox driving, won't fall. Madsen with the rebound. Knox has just 2 points. He could have had more. Just can't get the ball to fall. Foul is going to be called. That's Riley Simmering in the ball game for the Huskies, number 12, fouled that time. And as you predicted, sitting down is Madsen. Coming back in as Ava Ward.
And what I like to see about Knox is she's struggling offensively, but she's rebounding. She's picking her teammates up. She's playing hard on defense.
And just a sophomore. Simmering, long three, back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Croxel. Here come the Warriors, another chance to tie or go ahead. Knox, looking from the corner, Karstetter from the rim, no good. Rebound, Marchina, great pass, Simmering, can't control it. Ball goes out of bounds, it will stay with Patterson Mill.
Well, like with Knox's drive coming down that other end, she got the ball to the center of the floor. That's what created the wing shot. She seems to be a good student of the game, too.
Layla Clark, number 10, into the ball game for Patterson Mill.
Her father, the head coach of the boys team at Patterson Mill.
Yeah, that's
Jared
right.
Clark.
Jared Clark had a chance to talk to him this week. His team is doing really well. Ward. I think they're going to call a foul. Looks like she traveled a bit, but maybe got fouled before she traveled.
Yeah, that's 4 fouls now
Yeah.
on Havre Grace. That could play a factor. Wide open.
Schertzer from the corner rolls around, won't go in. Schertzer blocked from behind. Left-hander no good. Madsen gets the rebound, battling for it. See what the call is going to be.
I think he didn't make the signal, but I think he called jump. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it
jump
is.
ball.
And alternating possession will stay with Patterson Mill. Madsen up, no good. Rebound, here come the Warriors. Again, another chance to tie or go ahead. Croxel, good.
And now
Nothing but net, and the Warriors are ahead by 1. They were down by 10, Mike. What happened?
It's a game of runs so far. That's an 11-0 run.
Taken away by Havre Grace.
And none of the points from Knox.
Croxel driving, no foul called. Rebound by Patterson Mill. Schertzer holds it up, looking for three. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound comes to the Warriors, and now fumble to Patterson Mill.
Just 2 quick fouls on Simone Samuel.
Samuel now has 3 fouls.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about the Warriors having very little bench strength. You don't want to see players, your starting players, your key players, getting in foul trouble.
Yeah, and we saw them warm up with 8 players in warm-ups, but they only have 7 people suited up, as we had thought that that's what they were going to do.
Yeah, they were saying Natalie Burton, number 10, has a knee issue that she has to get an MRI. And talking to Coach Wes Jacobs before the ball game, number 10, Layla Clark. No, I'll go back. I was right in the first place. Natalie Burton has that knee problem. Wes Jacobs said he didn't expect her to play, but it looks like that she's at least on the team.
Yeah, might be a couple of days, maybe just a weekend before she can come back, but maybe gave it a go, and trainer may have said, now let's give it a couple more days.
That's 13 points for Savannah Lawrence. Savannah averages 7.5 points a game, so she's doubled pretty much her scoring average. She's the player that has really kept Havre Grace in the game, and now with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, and you had said Patterson Mill cannot lose this game with 2 important games against Edgewood coming up next week.
Yeah.
Or at least in February.
Yeah, playing on the road, that's a tough thing to do. And it's always, as you said, Mike, easy to look past a team you beat earlier in the year. You beat them 3 times last year, a team that, is a young team, a team that only has, 7 healthy players.
Yeah, and they beat them by 18, so it wasn't a squeaker. But they like to wear teams down, so you may see in the fourth quarter the pace of play, this is not a good pass.
That was Clark missing the 2 free throws.
Got the lead heading into halftime. You got one player in foul trouble. I think he wanted to use some clock and get a better looking shot. But here they come out in the press now.
And Wes Jacobs was talking about he wants to put it on and off.
Yeah, 2-2-1.
And they do get the turnover. Well, that surprised Patterson Mill. Croxell. Havre de Grace able to save it.
Ooh.
Knox saves the ball from going out of bounds. Croxell thinking for 3. Doesn't draw iron. Rebound Havre de Grace.
But they gave him a new 30 though.
Croxell, good. Croxell inside the 3. She gets a 2. Now it's a 3-point lead for Havre de Grace. 5. She has great double team. Patterson Mill able to beat it. Shot no good. Rebound simmering. Won't fall. Croxell with the rebound. Here comes Havre de Grace. Croxell battling for it. Taken away by Patterson Mill's number 12 simmering. Fallon. Driving. Ward. Doesn't fall. Rebound Croxell. Minute 45 as you see left in the first half. 20-17 the lead for Havre de Grace. They were down by 10.
Good ball movement here.
Knox. 3. Oh, it had everything but the bottom of the rim. You realize that Patterson Mill has not scored a point here in 7 minutes of this second period. Foul is going to be called. Nice rebound by Zoe Fallon.
And that's on Knox.
Minute 15. Again, they have gone now, 6 minutes and 45 seconds and have not scored in this period. They had a 10-point lead. Fallon misses the first.
Madsen coming back in the game.
Yeah.
So they'll go big here.
Ward stays in, and so it's Ward and Madsen, the 2 power players in the ball game for Patterson Mill. Still have not scored in the second period. Knox with the rebound. Again, Mike, you asked if I had told you. If I told you they went 7 minutes and didn't score, Patterson Mill we're talking about. Taking their time, and just as you recommended, with a lead.
Especially with Knox with 2 fouls, you can't be in a hurry. You want her on the defensive end maybe just one more time.
Almost out of bounds. Looking Croxell for 3 again. Oh, hit the back of the rim, didn't fall. Ward with the rebound. Gets it over to Schertzer.
Surprised Havre de Grace isn't in a zone. Barry Knox in the middle of it and try and keep her out of foul trouble.
Madsen, left-hander, won't fall, gets her own rebound. Trying to carve out some space, doesn't get it to fall, but they do get the rebound. Ward to Schertzer. Now to Trent driving, still won't fall. Madsen with the rebound. Schertzer won't fall. My goodness, is there a lid on the basket? Alternating possession will go to Havre de Grace. 14.7. Mike, they can hold it for the last shot.
They should.
Wow, what a comeback by the Warriors. That's exactly what they're doing.
But don't waste it in the backcourt.
Yeah, get it up, get it set, huh? From the corner, Croxell. Back of the rim, no good. Out of bounds. 2.2 seconds left.
Take Knox out of the game. Don't risk a foul. You can't afford to lose. I know she hasn't scored a point, but you can't afford to lose her.
Havre de Grace has it. Nope, they don't get the shot up. They go into the halftime with a 3-point lead. They score, let's see, 3, 6, 8, 10, 13 points in that second period. And believe it or not, Patterson Mill scores 0 in the second period. They entered the second period with 17. They leave the second period with 17. Havre de Grace had 7 coming in. They now have a total of 20. Wow.
Yeah, they got plenty of looks and some good looks. But you can't explain things like that. You just keep looking forward.
13 points for Savannah Lawrence. Again, 5 in the first period, 8 in the second period. Leads all scorers. 7 for McChenna she had in that first period, but nothing after that.
Yeah, Imagine had 2, and Knox had 0. the two players who are by far the leaders of their team,
Yeah.
together averaging over 30 points a game, and they came up with 2.
Mike, you are the expert. Explain this to me. No, there's no explaining it, but we'll sort it all out in the second half. Don't go away. We have an exciting game here at Havre de Grace. The Warriors leading at home by 20-17. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back with you at Havre de Grace High School. Mike, I'm still pinching myself trying to figure out exactly what happened in that first half. Down by 10 points, Havre de Grace. Patterson Mill does not score in the second period. Warriors tie it, take the lead. If you're the coach now, and you've been in those positions, both on the losing end and the winning end, let's put you first of all on the losing end, meaning the team that's behind now, Patterson Mill. You're Glenn Davis. What do you tell your team at halftime?
That effort isn't good enough. It's not like they moved slowly or didn't hustle to the minimum effort required, but if you're going to play Edgewood in a couple of weeks and have that game mean something, you've got to play like this is the last game of your career. And I don't know that I saw quite that effort.
You're Wes Jacobs, you're Havre de Grace. You've got players like Savannah Lawrence and like Brielle Croxell, who have scored way over their average. Bree Knox, whom we expected to be the leader, hasn't yet scored a lot. So what do you say to your team? You're leading by 3.
Well, we're leading by 3. We weren't expected to be here. Our leading scorer has not scored a point, I don't believe.
2, I think, yeah.
So 2. So you've got to think once she gets going, hey guys, we're in great shape here.
There you see Wes Jacobs talking to his team. A team, he's building a winning program. That's his goal. He's 7-8. They've won 7 games despite the fact that they have only one player, Bree Knox, who has a lot of varsity experience. And then they've been hit by the injury bug. So you got to be happy. I know you'd like to win every game, but you're making progress. And this team we're seeing tonight is playing their hearts out on their home floor.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, your best is good enough. Anything less than that is not.
Well, here we go, the second half now. Patterson Mill with the ball, down by 3. Madsen almost taken away. Saved in there by Trin. Madsen, short shot, won't go. Rebound comes to Havre de Grace. That's Samuel. Almost out of bounds, saves it in bounds. Here come the Warriors. Carstetter somehow gets it through. Looks like it's a matchup zone maybe, or a man-to-man, can't tell. Knox driving, short one-hander, won't fall. Rebound, that's Havre de Grace, gets the long rebound, Samuel. Knox. New 30-second shot clock.
Yeah, they look like they're in a 3-2 zone.
Knox looking for 3 again, off the front of the rim. That would have been a dagger. Madsen with the rebound.
That was close.
Oh, taken away, Knox. With great hands.
Yeah, don't just get rid of it.
Savannah Lawrence, the young lady, scored 13 points in that first period. The game of her life so far. Warriors setting it up. Knox driving the baseline. Short jumper, won't fall. Madsen battling. Knox goes high, gets the ball. Madsen ends up with it. Here comes Riley. Madsen gets rid of it. Trin. Crossover dribble into the corner. Little short shot, and that's good on the floater.
It's McKenna.
Yep, McKenna with the basket. She's got 9. Again, the freshman. We talked about she sort of faded into the background, almost like a freshman in that second period. Now it's time to reassert herself. Back within 1. First 2 points they've scored, if you can believe it, since the first period. Nice left-handed layup. Good job made by number 15, Samuel. For first 2 of the
Havre de
night.
Grace timeout.
Not sure why they would be taking a timeout that quickly.
He may want to set up, remember he said he wanted to put pressure on in little spurts. Maybe this is what he wants to do right here.
There's Wes Jacobs talking to his team. Wes with C.K. Knox and Elia Dukes and Anita Lawrence. They are the coaching staff for Havre de Grace. I mean, I've got to give them so much credit because you're coming in with a losing record. You've lost this team 4 games in a row. You're down to just, 7 healthy players. You go down by 10. I mean, come on.
Most teams would have started to hang their head.
And there comes the character, a character built into a program. And that's exactly what Wes Jacobs is trying to do. Press now for Havre de Grace.
Looks like a diamond and one.
Scherzer. Marchina
Save.
passes it. Madsen, great play by Marchina to Madsen. She now's got 4.
Havre de Grace needs to know when to retreat in that press. Once it was beaten, they still had 2 people up around half court, and it was already beaten.
Check, she has 6 now, and a 1-point lead for Patterson Mill. They've scored 4 here. Knox looking for 3 short, no good. Rebound comes off to Ward. Trin. Scherzer. Now to Trin. Trin driving, running one-hander, won't fall. Rebound, Havre de Grace. Good job taking it away. That's Sarah Weitzel in the ball game, number 11 for Havre de Grace. Down by 1 now. Block. Battling for the ball is Ward, gets it. Gets it over to Riley.
Might have gotten away with a travel.
Long one-hander, good. That's by Scherzer. A 3-pointer.
No, they only
give
put
her-
2 on the board.
So that's
She
a
must
1-point lead now for Patterson Mill at 23-22. Looked like it might have been a 3, but they said it must have been and an unforced error. Now, if you're Havre de Grace, you know, settle down. That's where leadership comes in. Trin. Oh, nice play there by Lawrence. Almost takes the ball away. So Patterson Mill now has the lead again. They've scored 6 and 2 has Havre de Grace here in this third period. With the ball, Trin. Scherzer into the middle. Pass behind Madsen. Madsen was cutting.
Good decision by Samuel. Looked like she was going to reach for the ball, let it go.
Here's the press now by Patterson Mill.
2-2-1 press. Interesting they keep their freshman point guard, shooting guard all the way back.
Plenty of time to get it across. Knocked a 10-second rule in boys basketball. They do successfully without a problem. Oh, taken away by Trin on that cross-court pass. Here come the Huskies. Oh, that 3-pointer almost down by Scherzer. That would have been 2 in a row for her. Rebound comes off into the hands of Lawrence. Knox, jumper, won't fall. Saved in. Madsen, it's going to be off Madsen. It's going to stay with Havre de Grace. Croxell coming back in for the Warriors.
Knox is flirting with that third foul.
Yeah. Yeah, Knox had 2, and Samuel has 3. Won't fall. Here
Good
come
look.
the Huskies again. Scherzer. Good job holding it up. Didn't have numbers. Trin. Looking for 3. Trin. Rebound by Ward. Scherzer. Rebound Madsen. Puts it up left-handed. She's fouled. And that'll be the 4th foul on Samuel. Well, you see the power of Madsen, Riley Madsen, who averages double-double in 7 of the 9 games.
And here Coach Jacobs has to figure out, do I leave her in with 4 fouls?
Yeah, we're talking about Simone Samuel, the senior 5'10" power forward.
I think he's going to leave her in because they've got their 2 bigs in for Patterson Mill.
Misses them both. Knox with the rebound. Down by a point. A nice effort by Karstetter, unable to get the ball to fall. Second, by Karstetter. Havre de Grace retains possession.
They went right back to the well, same play, same inbound pass.
Trin with the rebound, or with the steal, I should say. Marchina. Foul is going to be called. Who's that
That's
on?
5th.
If that's on Samuel, that would be her 5th. Yeah, it looks like it is on 1-5.
I fouled out one time in the third quarter at Glen Burnie with 28 points and 16 rebounds. And fouled out in the third quarter.
And there she goes. She's going to have to sit out. And it's bad enough losing a player, but when you only have 7 healthy players, now you're down to 6. Inside, Madsen turning, making the basket. Boy, she's asserting herself now. She has 8. Team up now by 3. Danger time for the Warriors. Almost losing it and now losing it. That's Martina with the pocket picking. Scherzer. Martina thinks about it, gives it up to Trin. Back to Martina. Now Ward. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Martina down to 7. Whoa, a running one-hander. That's the freshman. She's got 11. Team up now by 5. So what had been a 3-point halftime lead now is a 5-point deficit for Havre Grace. Almost backcourt, almost backcourt.
She had not established. She was still in the air.
Going to be a foul on Patterson Mill. Should be a 2-shot foul.
Coach Jacobs really getting a free timeout here. He's got 3 left, but when you're shooting 2, you don't have to put anybody on the foul line.
Sarah Weitzel. This is the first. Sarah Jr., 5'8", her first year on the varsity. Preston a duty with the fouling out of Simone Samuel. Expect her to play just about the rest of the game. Misses them both. Madsen with the rebound. Here come the Huskies. Scherzer. Oh, what a great takeaway by Karstetter. Stepped in and took that ball away. Here comes Knox. Well, they need Knox to come up big time, Mike.
They do. She's just got to get closer.
Karstetter. Long rebound. Proxel, front of the rim, no good. That looked good all the way, but it did not fall. Ward, corner. Down it goes. That's Martina. That's a 3-point shot. She's got 7 in this third period, had 7 in the first period. She's now got 14.
Oh, that's a backcourt.
That is a backcourt. Boy, the Huskies have come out firing here in this third period.
Havre Grace needs a timeout right now.
Down by 8. Were up by 3 at the end of the half. They're down by 8 here with 1:16 left in the third period. Trin driving, left-handed, won't fall. Rebound, Madsen. Wow. That shows the power of that young lady. She's now got 10. Croxel able to retain possession. Knox. Short shot, won't fall. Madsen with the rebound. Boy, Knox has just not been able to get the shot to fall. Trin. Scherzer. Fallon, cut off. Foul's going to be on Croxel. 37 seconds left.
I think Knox has got to get to the cup, get fouled, maybe drop a foul shot, and then some shots will start to fall for her.
Looking for 3, back of the rim, no good. Scherzer gets the long rebound. Trin with a 3. Doesn't draw iron. Out of bounds it goes, and they're going to say off Havre Grace. New shot clock. 29.5 seconds left in the third. Fallon triggers in, and the foul is going to be called as Riley Madsen will go to the line shooting 2.
This would be a good place right here. Put Ava Ward in after the second if she makes it, set a press up, and give Madsen a chance to get a breather.
Madsen with 10. She's only 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Misses the second. Oh, great rebound coming over the top and making the rebound somehow without fouling. Madsen. Foul is going to be called. We'll give a lot of credit to Zoe Vallon that time. Mike, I don't know how she's not that big. She's only 5'7". She went over the top, didn't make the foul, got the rebound.
Hustle and desire.
Wow. Madsen will shoot 2 more.
Yeah, that's the third foul, isn't it? Oh, they gave it to 2. Okay. I thought that was on Knox.
Makes 7. Yeah, they charged the foul to Croxall. Makes them both. She had missed 4 in a row. Now she makes 2 in a row. Puts her team up now by 12. 16 seconds left. Warriors need a basket in the worst way. Gets away with maybe over the back. Here come the Huskies. Driving and fouled. Boy, this Martina, number 1, a freshman. I keep looking at that. Is that right, a freshman? She doesn't play like a freshman.
Nope, very smart.
2 free throws here with 4.5 seconds left. Chance to put her team up by 14.
Looking forward to seeing what Glenn Davis said to his team at halftime, because he didn't look happy when he came out about 1 minute after they went back.
Glenn, who is subbing as head coach, you heard us say at the beginning, Rich Wilhelm, the head coach, came down with the flu bug and isn't here tonight, so Glenn Davis taking over for him. I'm thinking if I take over and lose at Havre de Grace, I don't think I want to show my face the next day. Both of them go in.
You gotta know how much time's on the clock.
And that's it. A 14-point lead, so they go from a 3-point deficit, Patterson Mill, to a 14-point advantage after 3 periods. And Mike, again, you are the expert. You couldn't explain to me what happened in the second period. Now explain to me what happened in that third period.
I can't explain this entire game, but Havre de Grace scored what, 2 points?
2 points, yep.
Yeah. And what was it, 17, 18?
Yeah, 19 points.
19 points.
Yeah.
19-2.
19-2 in that third period by the Warriors. I mean, by the Huskies. What's that, 8 for Madsen, who came in with just 4. Now she's got 12. And the young lady, Sophia Marchina, with 9 points in that third period. She's got 16, averaging 6.5 points. I tell you, she is a star in the making, Marchina, because she not only plays with poise and confidence, as you said, Mike, she has court vision, which you can't teach.
No. The only thing that I would see right now is got to get into the weight room. Because she's going to go against, especially in the playoffs, as you get further and further into the tournament, you're going to be going against stronger guards.
Yep. Now these are 1A schools, both Havre de Grace and Patterson Mills, so they play in the lower division, the schools with the lesser numbers. So you would think the competition would be a little less severe. Not always.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get those great teams in the 1A. So here come the Warriors. Let's see what they can do about getting back into the game. They were down by 10 after 1 period. Now they're down by 14.
I don't think Savannah Lawrence took a shot in the third quarter. Ooh.
Trying to get the ball inside to Cox. It's taken away. Nice collapsing zone. Trin gets rid of it. Marchina. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Carstetter. Here comes Havre de Grace. What's that, a 3-2 zone now they're playing? Looking for 3, front of the rim, no good. Taken away, Knox. Up, can't get it to fall. She's done everything but make the baskets tonight.
Great rebound, but then shot a fadeaway. Just wish she had gathered herself.
Great pass inside. Fallon is going to be fouled. Zoe Fallon, the 5'7" senior. 4 years on the varsity, 4.25 GPA, all-county volleyball player. Misses the first. Played a good game off the bench, has just 2 points. See, they're going to sit down Marchina a moment. Get her a little bit of a blow. Makes the second. Looks like they brought in Simmering, number 12, comes in to play that guard position. Knox saves it. Warriors have to go. Inside, Knox. Croxall from the elbow, won't fall. Great job by Croxall, almost gets the rebound. Goes out of bounds. It will stay with Patterson Mill.
Havre Grace had good spacing on that offensive set. Got a good look.
Those shots were falling back in that second period. Now they're not.
Might be something with that basket.
Sophia Trin now. That's Sophia.
Maybe there is a lid on it.
Oh, nice job. Good job coming in, making the deflection was Weitzel. Knox with the ball, looking to drive. Almost loses it. Puts it behind her back. Foul is going to be called on number 3. That's Valen.
You can see the frustration starting to get to Knox.
Yeah.
And I can understand.
Young lady Bree Knox, the 5'10 sophomore, averaging 14.5 points a game. She has 2 points tonight, if you can believe it.
She's playing hard.
Yep, she is. Pass comes over the head. Havre Grace takes it away. That's Simmering. Yeah, Simmering off the bench gets 2 points. Her first 2 of the night. Now it's a 16-point lead. Check it, a 17-point lead. Great block by Scherzer. Havre Grace gets it back. Knox looking for a basket. It will not fall.
Sometimes you just have nights like this. You have to contribute in other ways.
Boy, nice rebound inside by Valen. Boy, she made that basket. I didn't think she had a chance of getting the rebound. That's 2 rebounds at little number 3. I say little at 5'7". When you're around 5'9", 5'10", she's making the rebound and making the basket.
And you said she's played all 4 years, correct, in varsity? And that kind of experience is showing.
Comes off the bench, does she? And here's a 4.25 GPA student and an all-county volleyball player. So bright, also athletic. There we do see the replay. You see that rebound. And then just settles herself and makes the basket.
I mean, really in the girls' game, rebounding is about position. And it's not leaping, because nobody has a 35-inch vertical or anything like that. It's about positioning, and she was on the inside position. And the difference of height, the young lady who was there on the replay was probably 5'9", so 2 inches isn't going to make a difference.
Yep. We talked about the runs and the weird flow of this game. Patterson Mill scored 0 points in the second period, nothing. Havre Grace has scored 2 points in the entire second half. They were up by 20-17 at the break. They're now down by 36-22. Unexplainable. Or 41-22, excuse me. I looked at my scorebook. It's 41-22.
Yeah, and this is what I think they beat Havre Grace the first time by 19.
Yep. It was 36-22 at the period. They've scored the only 6 points here in this fourth period. Or 5 points, actually. Knox. Cut off. Knox has the ball. Well, she has hustled all night, played her heart out. Just not able to get the basket to fall. Call a travel. It'll go to Patterson Mill. 5 minutes left in the game. Trin. Simmering. Back to Trin. Oh, nice bullet pass. Trin looking for 3. She's got it. Sophia Trin, that's her first basket since the first period. And now all of a sudden it's a 22-point lead for Patterson Mill. Knox, jumper, still won't fall. Scherzer gets it over to Trin. Back to Scherzer looking for 3. Doesn't draw iron. Havre de Grace saves it inbounds. Tie up. The possession error is going to go to the Warriors.
You're taught never save it under your own basket unless you know who it's going to. No, a little bit risky.
Back in the game, Archina.
I think Havre de Grace needs to just try and play these last 4 minutes. I'm going to try and win the next 2 minutes. That's a goal as a team, and so that you're growing for the next game. They had a great half. Build on that.
Knox, jump shot.
Boy, she was foul.
Rebound, won't go. Knox has it. You can see how frustrated Bree Knox is. Hasn't stopped playing hard, just can't get the ball to go in the basket.
But all good shooters, all good players keep shooting.
Because you're going to make the next one, right? That's what I kept telling my coach. He
I
said, not from the bench, you're not going to make the next one. Again, a drive, still won't fall. Marchina. Ward inside to Madsen. Madsen turns, gets her own rebound, still won't fall. Knox gets the rebound, gets it to Croxall. Coming up on the 3-minute mark left in the game. Croxall from deep outside, front of the rim. Karstetter. Rebound. Madsen. Oh, nice takeaway by Karstetter. See if she can finish it. Oh, he can't. That left hand didn't go down.
double foul.
Butch Hensel's calling a double foul. Haven't seen that call for a while.
I'm not sure who he called it on.
Not either, yeah.
Because we're only going to see one on the scoreboard.
Karstetter. Well, nice takeaway, but another foul is going to be called.
That's on Clark.
Layla Clark, who again is the daughter of Jared Clark, who's the head basketball coach and athletic director at Patterson Mill. There's a basket. Bailey Karstetter. I'm sorry, excuse me. Karstetter makes them both. Nice takeaway by number 5, Lawrence. Karstetter has the ball knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. It will stay with Havre de Grace. First 2 points of the fourth period scored by the Warriors. They've scored a total of 4 points in this second half. Knox puts up a high arching one-hander. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound Croxall. Can be fouled by Fallon. Sub coming in. Isabel Robertson, sophomore, number 11. First time we've seen her in the game. No, you almost root for it. Just get the basket so the lid will come off. Knox has had many chances, but just hasn't been able to get the ball to fall. Mike, I noticed there's a wrap on her thumb. I didn't see that earlier in the game. Talking about Bree Knox. Maybe that's affected her shot tonight. Knox turns, drives.
There you go.
There you go. The lid has come off as Bree Knox gets the ball to fall.
She got all the way that time.
Ward. Oh, great block by Knox. Croxall. Gonna drive over the hoop. Ball is knocked out of bounds. New players coming in for Patterson Mill. Looking for three, and there it is. That's what we saw in the first half from Lawrence. Her first points of the second half. She's got 16.
Was it Johnny Mathis who said too much, too little, too late?
Yeah, it's a long way to come back in a minute 43, down by 15.
But when you're rebuilding a program, you want to win this last minute 43.
Absolutely. And the fact that they have been so cold in that third period, now they've come out and scored, talking about the Warriors, 7 points here in the last minute and a half. Almost a takeaway. And there's Valley. This young lady, she has hustled all night long. Zoe Valley.
Yeah. She would be a coach's favorite.
Yeah. So he will be able to take a seat and enjoy the last minute 34 from the bench.
That's her reward for getting a steal.
Come sit next to me. Almost a double dribble. Ward. Foul is going to be called from behind as Riley Madsen is hammered. Riley will get 2 free throws. She's now got 12, 4 short of her season's average. Rolls that one in. Riley had 8 big points in that third period, a key to the great hustle that you saw the Huskies come up with. Here come the Warriors. Knox driving, puts it up, still won't fall. It's going to go to Patterson Mill. Can you just wonder if that thumb or that right hand may be giving her some problems.
Havre Grayson, a man-to-man press, gets the steal.
Knox comes away with it. And it's fouled and makes the basket, and it's good. Bree Knox now has 7. Actually 6 with a chance for 7. Knox had just 2 points through 3 periods. Yeah, you can see almost the way she shot that ball, kind of with her fingers rather than letting the thumb get on the ball.
Right now she's wide open.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Havre Grace retaining possession. Carstetter back up front. Looking for 3 again, and it is good. That's the great stroke by Lawrence. She's got 2 3-pointers. She's now got 19 points. Boy, and the great thing, the hustle of Havre Grace. You know, the game is sort of, you know, it's lost. You can't come back and win it.
Well,
but they
Duke
are hustling.
Duke came back against Maryland.
Don't remind me. Jay Williams.
Seconds.
I'm still having nightmares of Jay Williams making, what, 3 3-pointers in the last minute? Looking for another 3. Back of the rim, no good. That's Lawrence. Lawrence had 13 points at the half. She's now got 19. Averaging 7.5 points a game. There you see the Warrior cheerleaders. The fans have stayed with us tonight. Enjoyed it on a very cold, rainy night outside. Knox knocks it away. Madsen looking, gets rid of it. Good interception by Carstetter. Almost gets that pass through.
You're a young player watching this. Oh, you've got to make the defender play you before you give it up. They were still in the middle. You got to just keep going until somebody commits to you. That's why that ball was deflected.
Knox, floating one-hander in front of the rim, bounces off, no good. It will go to Patterson Mill. 18.9 seconds left in the game for all intents and purposes. Patterson Mill going to pick up their 7th win of the year, 7th win in the conference. And again, we don't know what happened at Edgewood tonight, whether Edgewood was able to defeat Falston. Boy, Knox just really cannot get the ball to fall, and we have to believe it has to do with that hand. And that will be the end of the game. Back to my point about Edgewood. Edgewood undefeated in the league. Patterson Mill with 2 losses. They hold serve tonight, does Patterson Mill. Depending on what Edgewood did tonight against Falston, those 2 games that Patterson Mill plays Edgewood home and home, I think on a Monday and a Friday or a Monday and a Thursday coming up in February. How important could that be, Mike?
Well, I think at this point, though, Patterson Mill is going to win both of those games. So Edgewood just has to worry about getting healthy. If I had practice, I would cancel it tomorrow, get everybody inside, separate, because you don't want that thing running all the way through your whole team. As I think you said, there were 6 players with the flu.
Yeah, talking to Josh Clemmer, the AP at Edgewood, whose daughter plays for Patterson Mill, said, yeah, that they either had 6 healthy players or 6 people went home. Either way, the flu bug has hit them hard. So, go ahead, Mike.
This game, the scoreboard or the score in the paper next day is going to see 11 points, and the game really one of the more bizarre games that I've seen in a long time. It really wasn't that close. It was at halftime, but boy, what a dominant third quarter. So I've got to talk to Glenn and see what he said at halftime.
Hope he canned that speech and, it's going to save it, because I think there's a lot of coaches around the world that would like to have a piece of that speech that he made at halftime. I mean, again, you talk about a team that scored no points in the second period, and they came out and scored, 12, 7, 9, about 19 points in that third period. So you go from none to 19.
Yeah.
Good move.
Maybe Coach Wilhelm called them at halftime and said, if you lose this game, you're not getting on the bus.
Oh, so the leading scorer in the ball game is Savannah Lawrence for Havre de Grace, had 19 points, 13 points for Riley Madsen for Patterson Mill. Hope you've enjoyed it. The Patterson Mill Huskies have won the ball game here tonight at Havre de Grace, coming from behind at half to win this game. Don Morrison along with my partner Mike Blizzard. Mike, a final word?
I would just say that Patterson Mill, boy, if you can, they can't have a second quarter like that against Edgewood. So, other than that, they played 3 quarters of very good basketball, so that should be an interesting matchup.
And congratulations to Glenn Davis, who is the AP, the assistant coach, I should say, who steps in and coaches his team to a win. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don Morrison, Mike Blizzard, good night from Havre de Grace.